Greetings, family. This is Professor Griff, and this is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting the cells and increasing the neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. You can order the Serious Minds Brain Tonic right here on www.debbiestribewellness.com and or text me 678-557-2919. Peace.
Tap into the sounds that heal and words that awaken. Soul Own Collective brings both. Their music is a vessel, a sacred offering of rhythm, affirmations, and spirit. Listen and download at ProfessorGriff.bandcamp.com. To invite Soul Own Collective to your space, text 678-557-2919. Soul Own Collective. Tap into the sounds that heal and words that awaken. Soul Own Collective brings both.
Peace, greetings, family. All right, it's Professor Griff, and yeah, I'm back. Here we are. Different location. Got to take care of some different duties and responsibilities. I'm not on granddad duty today. All right. I'm not saying like I'm rejoicing in that because I like being a granddad. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just where we are. You understand what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. All right, so let me straighten out this this edit and this name thing real quick. I was doing another show and I had to do some other stuff. All right. I think that's a lot better. I would think so myself. Anyway, today's show, we're going to be talking about this whole idea of what do Black people think. I think we think about what other people think about us, of us, how we move, what we do. And if you saw the flyer, let me put the flyer back up. What do Black people think? What do Black people think about Ibrahim Traoré in Burkina Faso? What do Black people think about Michael Langley? Hold on. Let me put this back up. What do Black people think about what's going on with Rodney Henley? I believe his name is Rodney Henley. His court appearance happened. This was the gentleman that they say allegedly mowed down and I guess a white police officer in retaliation to police killing his son. What do we think about the murder and the unaliving, I should say, on social media of these two Black twins in Georgia? What do we think about everything that's happening with Black people? Young Black men are still being murdered. Young Black women are still coming up missing. A lot of people are crashing out. Women are still getting BBLs. A lot more people are switching to the other side, going on to the other side of the fence, both figuratively and literally. So what do Black people think about how Black people are moving? All right. what Black people are doing, what Black people are thinking. All right, so we're going to add some music to the fray, and we're going to dive into this conversation when we do a check-in to see where everyone is checking in from. Shout out to everyone on IG. All right, I got y'all down here. Peace, what's good? All right. Okay. I got a couple of quick announcements to make after we do the check-in, and then we'll dive into the subject, fam. Where you checking in from? Janice Davis, peace, what's good with you? Nicholas, what's happening with you? All right. Cole Joe, peace, how you feel, man? Big Stank, he said howdy. All right, you must be from Texas, man. Howdy. Detroit versus every goddamn body else. All right, I got you, D. All right. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. D, we got that coming up in June. I'm actually gonna do an online live lecture, and we're gonna kind of talk about the psychological covert war on hip hop, part 3. Yeah, hold on. We're gonna dive into part 3. All right. All right. We already have book 1, as you can see behind me. Or can y'all? Book 1. All right. Hold on. Let me move this out the way. 1 second, fam. Okay, we already have book 1. And then as y'all can see me right here is book 2. I'm working on book 3 as we speak. All right. So we're going to be talking about the psychological covert war on hip hop, book 3. All right. I really appreciate the acknowledgement and the shout out from Dr. Wesley Muhammad, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Black Dot, all the people that we've done, Supernova Slum, all the people we have done the weaponization of Black music with over the years. It's an ongoing conversation, and hopefully a few other scholars will step up to the plate and to continue to have this conversation. All right. I think it was myself and Black Dot that kind of set it off. We invited everyone else to the conversation. It's been a beautiful conversation. So shout out to everyone that's tapping in today. Really appreciate that. Bring back Briz. I don't know what that is. Damn, I gotta get book 2. Definitely get book 2. All right. The website you can go to get book 2. Let me see if I can put the website on the screen. Hold on. Right here. You can go to www.warriorsinnergarden.org. Don't go to event Mother's Day. That's the Mother's Day event. Don't go there, but just go to the shop. All right. www.warriorsinnergarden.org and go to the shop, and you can order the books there. All right. In any event, you can definitely get the elixirs. You can go to www.devitribewellness.com. That's www.devitribewellness.com to get the brain tonic. Hold on. Let me get the brain tonic for you. All right. You can get the resurrection formula. I had to put them in green bottles this time because the company has a back order for the red bottles. I like the red bottles better, but it still do the job. All right, the resurrection formula. All right. And of course, the brain tonic in the rose gold bottle. All right. Serious Minded brain tonic and the resurrection formula still on sale. Go to Debbie Tribe Wellness. All right. You see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen. All right. I don't want to belabor the point. I want to dive into this subject. All right. Okay. So, this idea of what Black people think. Some of us may think that we don't care about what black people think. Black people ain't running nothing in America. But obviously, veto steals, yes. It's to enhance that, but it's also for reproductive health. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not speaking as a doctor, and I'm not making a claim. I'm not giving a miracle cure. This is no medical advice, but it does work well. You understand what I'm saying? In that area. All right? Okay. He said, Janice, you said Dr. Wesley. Hold on. Dr. Wesley did a big shout out to you last night, Professor, on Radio Rich's show. Oh, okay. Give thanks, Dr. Wesley. Really appreciate you, good brother. And I'm shouting you back out. That brother is a scholar indeed in a different kind of way. Nope. He's a scholar. Professor Griff is probably your scholar in a different kind of way. I think I'm a little bit more street, a little bit more hands-on. But Dr. Wesley Muhammad brings a degree of scholarship to any conversation. Red pill and blue pill bring that also in a different kind of way. All right. Yeah. But in any event, what do black people think? All right. So while you're gathering your notes together, all right. Let's pull up a couple of things on what I think people think that black people think. All right. And as y'all already know, I do real time. Hold on. Because everybody's worried about what black people think. Let's see. Nope, we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Let's open up a new chat. All right. Let's just put in, what do people think that black people think? All right. Stereotypes we can go over. What do you think about black people? That's not where we want to go with that. Don't worry about it, fam. I'm right there with y'all. Give me a second. Don't go nowhere. All right? Hey, Professor Griff, you should be prepared for this. I am prepared. This is what you need to be doing. This is some beautiful education right here that's going on now. All right? Hold on. No. StreamYard, no. Trump's newest executive order, yada, 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 whoop. We don't need that. All right, hold on. Let's see if we can go there. Yep. We can go right here and see what black people think. All right. If you're on IG and you're looking at the screen, you're looking at the page where you register for the Guns N' Roses Women's Handgun and Self-Defense Fundamental class for Mother's Day this Saturday. All right. I'm gonna copy the link right now. I'm gonna put it in the chat. So in case y'all want to get in the class, all right, you can make that happen. All right, I'm gonna minus that, and we're gonna dive into the subject matter. All right. I think we're making progress. Hold on. I think we're making progress. I'm doing a little bit of shuffling around here, but we're making progress. I put the link in the chat for the Mother's Day event that's going on right here. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. I'm recording live right here from the Goddess Temple of Love. This beautiful place that myself and Soleil, and along with the people in the community, too numerous to mention, that have helped put this together to make things happen. And this place is strictly for us, for the people, for us to have a place where we can kind of come, get together, break bread, especially for the brothers, the warriors in the garden. All right. I'll put the link in case you want to register. It's a discount for everyone that has ever taken any class of mine. So if you've taken any class, call me for the discount. I embedded the discount on the site. you can definitely come in at a serious discount if you've ever taken a class from me. I'm just putting that out there. All right, let's do this here. Let me see. Miss Nisa, all the way from Minnesota. I'll be in Minnesota in a couple of weeks. Miss Nisa, make sure you show up at the Rise and Remember festival that's going down in George Floyd Square. I'll be there. All right, come tap me on the shoulder or something. All right, I'll be there representing the Black History 101 Mobile Museum. I'll be bringing at least 200 artifacts with me to talk to the people about. All right, but in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna share my screen. Let's talk. All right, that says video shows Nasir Lewis, Kadir and Nasir Lewis. If y'all don't know, these two gentlemen right here are 19 years old. All right, 19 years old. They were on their way out of town. They ended up catching an Uber ride, supposedly to the airport. Never made it to the airport. All right, now it says new video emerged showing Georgia twins hours before they were found shot on I forgot the name of the mountain. Hold on. Let me see if the name of the mountain is Bell Mountain in Georgia. All right. How this happens, I don't know. If an Uber driver picked me up and I ended up dead, y'all already know. You understand what I'm saying? We're not wishing that on anybody, but the family of these individuals, all right, Kadir Lewis and Nasir Lewis, they lied and basically said they unalived themselves. And it was one of those kind of situations where it was just a murder-suicide kind of thing. The family of 19-year-old twins found dead on Bell Island on March 8th have new questions for authorities offering after seeing new surveillance video of two brothers just hours before a hiker discovered their bodies. Yasmin Bronner, the aunt of Kadir and Nasir Lewis, shared news report on Facebook that included footage of her nephews entering a Shell gas station in Lawrenceville, Georgia, about 12 hours before they were found slain. This is an ongoing story right now. All right. Now, what are black people, though, saying about this? Is what I want to hear from y'all. What are black people saying about this? What are you saying about this particular story? Yet again, young black children are coming up missing. What are you saying about this? All right. I'm going to put I'm going to put the invite in the chat to hear what you have to say about this. Now, while we're waiting on people to come on, you could come on IG, you could come on YouTube, Facebook, it don't matter. All right. When I first heard about this story, I said, no way that two young black 19-year-olds going to let someone do this to them without them even, I don't know. Why does it seem like this camera is just kind of out of focus? So y'all getting the out of focus thing like I'm getting? Hold on, fam. Let me see. Let me see if I can get the settings right. I apologize for this. Let me see if I get the settings right. Some strange reason, my camera is acting crazy, and it seemed like, well, now it's in focus. All right. Had to get the focus right or something, man, because it's crazy looking. All right. All right. I think we're right now. Okay, cool. All right, I'm sorry on IG. I keep moving this camera around. I think I got it right now. All right, in any event, when I first heard about the story, I just said, okay, yeah, no two black young 19-year-olds going to let someone subdue them, overtake them, unless there's some trickery going on. So looking into the story, and the auntie and the family are coming on the news, and I'm seeing stuff every other day from them on what's going on with the murder, the unaliving of their nephews and their relatives. When I first heard it, I'm like, yeah, nah. First of all, I couldn't believe it. And then when it surfaced that the gentleman took pictures and put it up online, I said, yeah, that looks like ritual to me. It looks like almost like initiation to me. Now, this is just Professor Griff. So I'm not saying this is the official thing. This is just me. I said it looked like ritual happening. It was, this gentleman had to get initiated and he had to spill black blood. And so from my experience in studying and understanding what that is and putting it in both of my books for psychological, covert war on hip hop, and symbology, the rituals normally take place between March and May. Blood rituals. Go look it up. Go look at it. Blood rituals normally happen between March and May. All right? This is when large amounts of blood has to be spilled. This is when initiations and things are happening on that level. All right, if you look at some of the left side, I should say, of certain traditions and rituals and demonic forces and demonic entities and that kind of thing that go on, that black and white occult, black and white magic, a lot of these rituals happen between blood rituals happen between certain months and during certain times. This is when it's happening. This is what I first thought. All right. But my thing is, what do you think? What do black people think? What do you think happened in this situation? All right. The next, we're gonna just circle back to these stories as y'all come on to talk about them. All right. Proof of unaliving, blah, 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 blah. We'll circle back around. I don't even understand all that, Mr. Robert Wilson. You got to make it simple and plain. All right. Next story. I don't want to say, I'm going to say the best for last, but hey. What else? What is this? Breaking news, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to talk about Smokey Robinson. I don't want to talk about Shannon Sharp. Hold on. Rodney Hinton. What do y'all think about this story? So Rodney Hinton was the gentleman they basically said, allegedly now, they almost strike my channel for just outright saying it, but allegedly, Rodney Hinton is the gentleman from Cincinnati, Ohio, that allegedly unalived a uniformed officer. I believe it might have been directing traffic or something. I'm not sure to that degree. All right. But, hold on. Yes, okay, I confirm it. I got you. All right, so the GoFundMe has been set up, issued an apology to, come on. Why is this happening to me now, fam? Let me just read it, because this thing is not acting right at all. All right, so it's not gonna let me tell the story the way I want to tell the story. So his son was being pursued by police officers. They said his son was in a stolen car. All right, they said his son had a firearm. All right, depending upon whether or not you have a license for it, depending upon whatever the situation was, being in a car and having a firearm is not illegal. Being in a stolen car with a stolen firearm is. All right, we're gathering the details. We're figuring things out as we're kind of getting the information in. All right. Getting out of the stolen vehicle and running does not give police officers the right to shoot you. All right. If you have a firearm while police are pursuing you, you're running the risk of getting shot. So the GoFundMe has been issued. GoFundMe issued an apology to Cincinnati Fraternal Order of Police for posting to raise money for Hinton Jr. Rodney Hinton Jr. I felt some kind of way about that when I read that early this morning, simply because what was the white boy's name that unalived two people at a protest? Carl Rittenhouse. Y'all remember him? Thousands of dollars were raised to support this gentleman who unalived two people. All right? But yet, the GoFundMe people want to apologize to Fraternal Order of Police. Who's going to apologize for all the black mothers and fathers and family members that have lost their loved ones due to police brutality? And according to what Donald Trump said the other day, he's going to give police more powers, all right? And give them immunity and set up defense funds for any police officer, because there needs to be a stronger police presence in the African American community to protect citizens. We had that conversation the other day. But I've heard some people say that black people are just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and fathers are not going to be able to look at going to the morgue to identify their loved ones. Mothers are sick and tired of identifying their unalived loved ones. They're sick and tired of police shooting down. And granted, it sends a signal to people that black people are just not taking it anymore. And it sends a signal that handle business however you got to handle business when it comes to these people shooting us down in the street. All right, but y'all don't want to hear what Professor Griff thinks. I want to hear what you think. What do you think about this situation? Brittany says she thinks lynching were blood rituals. Okay. You said Rittenhouse is Rottenhouse. Okay, I got you. Need to know. You said Hinton had temporary insanity. Okay. So even with that said, when black men come from the military, do we get the necessary treatment? I was in the military. Do we get the necessary treatment that the United States military says afforded to us to heal whatever is wrong with us due to us being in the military, going to war or whatever? All right. Did black people get treatment after being traumatized after 400 and some odd years of slavery? Hundred some odd years of lynching, burning, torture, redlining, Jim Crow, having our cities and towns burned to the ground? Did we get any treatment? As Dr. Joy DeGroot teaches us, did we get any treatment? Was there any therapy? Was there any classes set up to deal with Black people being traumatized? All right. Peace and love and respect, Jesse, Paris, all right, Shay and Krumah. So come on, talk to me, fam. Is there any treatment that Black people received? All right. The phone lines are open. I got a couple of more stories. But my question is, did we get the treatment to deal with the issues that we have on a mental illness level? All right. Pete, what's up? How y'all feel? Someone said, nah, we didn't get that treatment. Not at all. Okay. Janice Davis says it's in our DNA. All right, I'm just asking some basic questions. That's all. I'm not on here as a rabble rouser. All right, I'm here. I'm neutral, but I'm not neutral. You understand what I'm saying? I'm only as neutral as this Black melanated carbon God body can allow me to be. All right. Okay. Next story. Let's see. Meet Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso's retro revolution. Now, be careful, family, when you read these highlights and headlines, pardon me, from white supremacists, from white people who have a white supremacist mentality, all right, and lens that they view everything through. What is a revolutionary? And then what is a retro revolutionary? What is a retro revolutionary? Revolution is complete constructive conscious cosmic change. All right. What is retro revolution? All right. By now, if you don't know, you should already know the story and the history behind Ibrahim Traoré. If you don't know, you are late to the game. And you might need to rethink about what you're doing with your life right now. All right. In my Compton accent, might need to rethink some things. They're saying he's the face of revolution right now. All right. Some people are saying this is the most important man on the planet right now. Wow. That's a hell of a statement. All right. Ibrahim Traoré. All right. In The Economist article, it basically goes on to say Africa's youngest leader is the face of the continent's changing geopolitics. All right. For decades ago, a 34-year-old army captain from Burkina Faso stood before the UN General Assembly and demanded a new world order. The speech, which was watched eagerly by young people across West Africa, heralded the birth of a revolutionary icon, sometimes called Africa's Che Guevara. If you don't know who Che Guevara is, look him up. All right. Back home, Thomas Sankara, who had seized power in a coup the previous year, had embarked on a radical program of nationalizing self-reliance. That is it in a nutshell, family. Self-reliance. All the natural resources that are coming out of that are coming out of Burkina Faso should be for the Burkina Faso people. What is wrong with that? If they found diamonds and gold and uranium and all of these precious minerals, if they found them in Iowa, why should another company come to the United States, take control of those precious minerals for their people and not for the American people? All right? You're absolutely right, Benjamin. Powernomics. Power moves at this point. It should be for the Burkina Faso people. All right? Give me 1 second, fam. I got to snatch something. All right. So I'm just saying it in plain language. If Ibrahim Traoré studied Malcolm, studied Khalid, studied revolutionaries in America, studied Che Guevara, studied Nkrumah, studied Patrice Lumumba, studied other revolutionaries, studied Mumia Abu-Jamal, studied his writings. All right? The man is, he only 30-something years old. All right? Studied hip-hop. Studied Fred Hampton Sr. Studied Fred Hampton Jr. Studied Thomas Sankara. All right? Studied the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. This man is a student of revolution. So when he saw that the United States government, along with Britain, France, Canada, to install a leader of the Burkina Faso people to sign off on land rights and deals to bring foreign companies in order to take the natural wealth out of Burkina Faso to serve other people, i.e. France and Canada, United States and other people. No. Yes, Ibrahim Traoré studied Steve Biko, Kwame Nkrumah, Kwame Traoré. All right. So yes, he would definitely want that to serve his people. Those precious minerals coming out of the earth and other places in Africa have precious minerals, and we have white companies that are there extracting the minerals out of the earth only to serve them and not the people. Why are there still dirt roads in major cities in Africa? All right, we've talked about African many times. Most of y'all don't know what African is. Please look it up, family. Yes, indeed, he has studied Amilcar Cabral. Indeed. So then, yes, what is wrong with a revolutionary usurping and taking control of the natural resources in his country? All right, and pulling off a coup that will get these puppets out of the presidential palace and the presidential seat. What is wrong with that? It's hard for me to be neutral in these kind of conversations. I'm a revolutionary at heart. I'm sorry. Yes, I have something very intricate to say about ECOWAS. I have something intricate to say about African. But the name of the show is What Do Black People Think? What do you think? Jesse Paris says, AFRICOM and ECOWAS. Sylvia says, Traoré has divine protection and is metaphysically astute. Great example for our future. Great question, Benjamin. Benjamin says, why are other African presidents silent about Ibrahim Traoré? That's a question that I've been asking now for a few months. Do you think those other presidents of those African countries are in the hip pocket of France, United States, Israel, Canada? Because all of those players are there. Who do you think is in the Congo? Taking those natural resources out of the Congo. Keep festering the war between Rwanda and the Congo, the DR Congo. Yeah, the jaywalkers are there. Yes. Canada has their bloody hands in it. America, Britain, Israel, and France. All right, so these are the things that's happening right now. All right, as we speak, and we definitely have to look into it. All right, so let's look into it. But I want to hear what you have to say. Mr. Immortal says, these Caucasians don't always agree with one another, but they are all on 24-hour operation called racism. All right. Jesse says, I think this is good. What Captain Ibrahim Traoré is doing is long overdue for the continent. Professor Griff, thank you. All right. Someone says, doesn't make sense. Out of nowhere, he became supreme leader. But he didn't come out of nowhere. He's been in the military. His history is, you can read his history. He didn't come out of nowhere. He was in the military. So let me ask you something. The gentleman that was president prior to Ibrahim Traoré, where did he come from? And then this Michael Langley character, where did he come from? It seemed like he just came out of the blue. No one knows who this character is. All right. No, answer the question. What is your real agenda? By putting up the comment that you put up. And don't tell me that you understand until you hear the man. So when you say come out of nowhere, what do you mean? How long have you been studying the Burkina Faso people and the history of Burkina Faso, which was once Upper Volta? No, we're going to have a righteous argument. We're going to have some righteous rage. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a conversation. This is why I wanted this conversation today. Because I want to know what you think, not what Professor Griff thinks. All right? Now, let me just say this. All right? How long have we had a history? Going back to the first story I put up and this one. How long has the history been of these people coming in, murdering our leaders, installing a puppet government, taking our natural resources to enrich themselves. How long of a history can we go back and detail these people killing and shooting down black people in the streets of America and throughout the world? How long have they been poisoning us, lynching us, murdering us any and every way imaginable to install a leader that they put in place to do their bidding on the African continent? Come on, talk to me. I'm just asking a few questions. Benjamin said Michael Langley was ranked higher in the Pentagon, but was thrown to the bottom by current administration because he was pro-Biden. They got to make an example out of high-ranked melanated officials. Wow. And so they just threw him in Africa? Basically go fetch this bone and threw him as the leader of AFRICOM. So when they called on him to do it exactly what he's doing to Ibrahim Traoré now, he would be in place to do that because they need a black face on white oppression. You mean to tell me, as Solo 5000 says, Africa is not deserving of plumbing and running water and bathhouses and bathrooms and showers and some stuff that we take for granted here in America? Every morning, my black feet hit my, I would say black floor, but I think it's brown. No, it has a carpet on it. But anyway, the sacrifices that leaders have made have afforded me to live a comfortable life, and it's afforded you to live a comfortable life. But there's what difference between you and I haven't forgot about the sacrifice they made. I'm not saying you have, but I haven't. So when my black feet hit the floor every morning, I give thanks to all those that made a sacrifice that I could be and enjoy this degree of comfort and freedom that I enjoy here in America. This is why every single day, Africa runs through my veins. The blood of Africa, the thought of Africa runs through my mind. And I do whatever I have to do to speak up and speak out so that our children's children won't have to relive this history. This is why when I put the pen to the pad, I came up with these 9 books that you see behind me. All right? So that I can pass something on and pass something back and pass something forward and pass something on to our children's children's children so that we don't be in this situation to have this discussion again 10 years from now, 5 years from now, when they lower Professor Griff in the ground and you stop speaking my name. You're right, Jesse. Precisely, Professor Griff, like Osambo did to Muammar Gaddafi. I spoke about Muammar Gaddafi and y'all came for my throat. And I had to lay out the history of Libya. Why? Because the United States government, Britain, and other people wanted the precious minerals that Gaddafi was sitting on, i.e. gold, oil, and other precious minerals that's there in Libya. It's the same trick. They're running plays from the same playbook, fam. Ibrahim Traoré is hip to this because he has a young, fearless, revolutionary mindset. The mindset that we all should have. All right? This is why your brother, Professor Griff, have to do programs like this. If you're watching this, please pay attention, because anyone that has ever taken a class from Professor Griff, you get a discount on this class. You may think $150 is a lot. Let me break something down real quick for y'all, fam. Let's do some numbers. If each individual that I take to the range costs me $40 a head to use the range, from that $150, that leaves me how much? Do the math. And targets cost how much? Whether they paper or steel targets. Eye protection, ear protection costs how much? Ammo costs how much? Right? And then it depends upon how many people I get. I got to get an assistant, because we only allow a certain amount of people per one instructor. How much is that leaving me? My insurance to have people on a range, period. How much is that running me, fam? Come on, talk to me. $150 for a 3-hour class is not a lot. If you kind of take this price and go search and find other prices for other gun classes, all right, you'll say to yourself, wow, this is affordable, Griff. Thank you very much, Professor Griff, for offering us this class. All right. The class is entitled Guns and Roses, Women's Handgun and Self-Defense Fundamentals, Saturday, May 10th. Hold on, let me move that banner out your way so y'all can see. All right. Y'all can go to www.warriorsinthegarden.org/events.Mother's Day. Not dot, pardon me, dash Mother's Day. All right. Right here at the garden, at the Goddess Temple of Love. All right. You can go to the range that day. I wouldn't suggest it, but you could go to the range another day. But if you do want to go to the range that day, I will accommodate you, and we'll go to the outdoor range and put it down. Or we can go to the range right near here, which is the indoor range. We can go put it down. But you need to know the law, all right? Whatever state you live in, you need to know the safety rules. You need to know the 5 elements that constitute you claiming self-defense. You need to know what hardware to carry that will fit you and suit you. All right, so basic things that you need to know. All right, like I said, for anyone that want to take the class this Saturday, I'll give a serious discount to anyone that's ever taken my class. All right, y'all can hit me up on my website, www.warriorsinthegarden.org. All right, or www.publicnme.me, publicnme.me, or just hit me up, 678-557-2919, fam. All right. Thank y'all very much for signing up for this class, When the Shit Hit the Fan, Part 2. The survival preparation, we talked about prioritizing safety and preparedness. All right, we talked about the essential supplies you need to have. We talked about when the grid goes down, the disaster preparedness, and we talked about self-defense and firearm safety training that day, which was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And while I have y'all's attention, all right, this the weekend after next, if y'all in town, check out Soul Cinema Sundays. All right, the film that they're showing is Malcolm X, and the Soul Cinema Sundays is at the Plaza Theater, and that's at 1049 Ponce de Leon Avenue, Northeast Atlanta, Georgia. The phone number to call is 510-473-2553. All right. Anyway, get in the class this Saturday, fam. All right. Just to let y'all know a few things I got coming up. The soundtrack for my comic book, Who Stole the Soul, is coming at you. Me and my man Society are revamping the 7th Octave Project. We're going back over. Shout out to Society. And of course, my new book I have coming out called The Birth, which talks about the birthing song from the Himba tribe, the women in the Himba tribe in Namibia. And shout out to, all right, shout out to my crew, my people, the Soul Ohm Collective. All right, shout out to America, dynamic songwriter, dynamic artist, her and her king, doing a beautiful work at their studio. All right, and of course, Saturday, the Soul Ohm will be at Malcolm X Festival performing. All right, if you're in the Atlanta area, show up, show out at the West End Park for the Malcolm X Festival. The Soul Ohm will be performing. Family, please scan this QR code, warriorsinthegarden.org. All right, let's get back to the subject at hand. All right. So I don't think that's a lot because I'm only doing my part. All right. But I'm going to need everyone else to do their part. Put the nickels and dimes together. Come get the training. All right. Okay. What I'm going to set up on my site is a membership. All right, where you can just come, pay $5 a month, and all this information and all these programs and classes are going to be afforded to you at a discounted price. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. What do y'all think? All right, we need a membership. Hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, Patricia Johnson, I got you. Damn, Richie. $150 is only 10 fast food plates, takeaway meals. Don't get fat, get skills. God damn, thank you, Richie. You did the damn commercial for me, bro. And I'm glad you said that, Patricia Johnson. Them other people are training right now as we speak. See, we talk about them training, but when Professor Griff say no, let's get together and let us train. All right? Y'all scared to show up. And I'm saying to you, if you're in another city, in another state, get the training from the brothers and sisters there. I saw the brothers in New York, 100 deep training outside of New York. Get the training. Someone said he's not only a revolutionary, he's an evolutionary. Sandra Yancey Smith. Thank you, Sandra. He's an evolutionary. Evolutionary tactics. The moves that he's making in Burkina Faso. I want to be able to have the sisters come, let the brothers support them. All right, we set something up where we teach the sisters hand-to-hand combat. And like I've always said, family, you got to at least do some basic stuff. Know how to use a damn small pocket knife. Some mace. I taught that in the when the shit hit the fans class. On my key ring. Sometimes I separate them. It depends upon what I'm doing. But my key ring look like this. Tracking device in case I lose it. All right. Keys to the car. If I separate them, I have mace. All right. On this one, in my pocket, I carry the basic small pocket knife. All right. Then on me, I carry that thing. And then in the trunk is that other thing. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with you staying prepared and your head on swivel? All right. The beautiful thing I love about, oh, thank you, Soleil. I really appreciate that. warriorsinnergarden.org/events-Mother's Day. All right. I need the brothers to get with your queen, get with your mate, get with your partner. Sign the sister up so she can come to the class, brothers. I'm calling on all of the brothers. All right, and if you're not in Atlanta, then I'm still calling on all the brothers. We'll set up an alternate date where we can do it online next week. Hit me up, brother, 678-557-2919. Somebody put my phone number in the chat in case they can't come to the class because they don't live in the city or they don't live in Georgia. My number is 678-557-2919. No excuses, bro. No excuses. We'll do an online then. We'll lower the price and we'll do an online class. So then when you do come to the city, you can bring that coupon with you and say, Griff, I took the online class. Let's hit the range. I'm going to tell you, let's go. All right? You're going to say, well, what do I need? I'm going to say some targets. And I'm going to say the basic stuff that I carry in my black pack. All right? What do I need, Griff? All right? You need extra ammo. You need eye protection. You might need some gloves. All right? This is not even my black pack. This is my range bag. You might need some ear protection. You might need a box of 50. All right? 50 pieces of candy. Depends on what you want to do. You want to go through some drills? We'll go through some drills. All right? Last but not least, you're going to need your hardware. All right? We're not going to go through the whole thing about what I carry and that. That's for the class. We'll talk about that. Come to the class. All right? No excuses, fam. Brothers, right now you should be hitting Professor Griff up. Hold on. Is my phone going off? I don't see the brothers texting me. All right? One person text me. Brothers, sign your queen up. Online class or the offline class. You can come on and make it happen. I got another class happening in June. Come on, fam. Beautiful thing I love about Ibrahim Traoré. You see him with his sidearm everywhere he goes. Because we are at war, as Sister Soldier said. Why don't we act like it? Why didn't the family of them twins get them some training and teach them how to move? Why Rodney Hinton? I'm not sure if he didn't get with his son or did get with his son or did give his son the training. Why can't we do that though, fam? His son didn't need to be out there in a stolen car with a firearm or whatever. We could save some lives. All right? Just with the men, we could get together to set up a certain kind of safety class where we can train young black men on how to move and navigate racism, white supremacy. Why can't we set up that class? Simple. How to navigate racism, white supremacy. Professor Griff and the brothers from Warriors in a Garden. Plain and simple. Let's get online on the Zoom call and give young men a set of instructions. What's wrong with that class? Thank you. That's part of the uniform. That's the uniform, firearm included. I have a relative of mine. I'm not going to call her name, but so they know who I'm talking about. She always clowns me about how I dress. But I'm always wearing brown. Well, just to let her know, I was clowned coming up in my after high school days because I always used to wear black. And they was thinking, don't you have anything else in your closet? Because that was just my uniform. I was a soldier. I always dressed in black because I was always ready for war. Coming up with the people I came up with, we always used to go shopping. When we go shopping, we never used to wear pants that fit. We needed them baggy because we needed room to kick in and take down and do whatever. So to that individual, not gonna mention her name, always claiming I'm wearing brown. If she's watching this or she sees this, she knows I'm talking about her. I was trying to, go through the closet and see what else I had because, after a while I got tired of wearing green. This was my uniform. If I showed y'all what was under here, y'all probably laugh. It's a military shirt. I just have a revolutionary military mindset, so forgive me. I'm not a fashion dude. I don't really know how to dress. I'm not that dude. I'm ready for war. I'm just not him. I'm going to put the invite back in the chat. I see some of y'all, the way y'all move and how y'all dress. Y'all not thinking about defending yourselves at all. My wife will tell you anywhere I go, I'm the escape route. I'm gonna defend myself. What can I use as a weapon? How we getting up on out of here? Yada yada. I'm thinking all the variables. I'm scanning the room. I'm seeing who's the ally and who's the enemy. Yeah, that's just the way I move. I'm sorry. Patricia, thank you very much. I'm trying to pass this information on to other men so the men, whether you're somebody's uncle, dad, or whatever, can pass this down to the younger brothers. Because trust me, if the last 5 individuals, young men that we know that have died recently at the hands of the police or white supremacists, if they was under Professor Griff's tutelage, no, it'd be a different outcome. Trust me. I'm not bragging. I'm not pinning medals on myself, but trust me, it'd be a total different outcome. Because we're going to teach them how to move and navigate racism, white supremacy. Tara, you said DM me your number. Take my number down, fam, and text me. 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. Text me. Someone asked the question, what gun would you recommend for someone who can't afford a Glock? That's a question I don't want to answer on here, but I will answer that question. Just text me, we can dialogue. All right, because everything is not for everyone to hear and see. All right. I carry the firearm that I carry because it fits me. My body size, my frame, my hands, how I move. All right. Everything is not for everyone to know. And plus, I don't know who you are asking me that question on it. You could be them alphabet boys. All right. Lee, how you feel, man? What's good with you? All right. Thank you very much, Patricia Johnson. I'm going to be on here for a little bit longer. I got a meeting to go to attend to, but I'm going to stay on here with y'all in case y'all have any questions. Any questions at all, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Soleil, hold on for a second. I'm going to let everybody take a 2-minute break while I play this commercial. All right. And so I don't want to run up the bill over here, but it is cold as hell in here. I got to turn on the heat. I'm sorry. Hold on. Man, it's cold as a witch's titty in here, man, for real. FBA, salute, man. Whoever the FBA is, we're going to talk about that in a second also. Salute. Let me play this commercial.
Tap into the sounds that heal and work.
Greetings, family. This is Professor Griff, and this is the Serious Minds Brain Tonic. The Serious Minds Brain Tonic was created to sharpen the mind by protecting the cells and increasing the neurotransmitters associated with learning and memory. You can order the Serious Minds Brain Tonic right here on www.debbietrywellness.com and or text me 678-557-2919. Peace.
Tap into the sounds that heal and words that awaken. Soul Own Collective brings both. Their music is a vessel, a sacred offering of rhythm, affirmations, and spirit. Listen and download at ProfessorGriff.bandcamp.com. To invite Soul Own Collective to your space, text 678-557-2919. Soul Own Collective.
All right. We're black, and we only got a few minutes on here, so I'm going to bring my good brother, Master Leon. What's happening with you, good bro?
What's going on, G?
How you feel, good bro?
Good. Blessed and highly favored in yourself.
Trying to be like you.
Hey, man, I think we all trying to be like that universal consciousness.
Exactly.
Amen. Yep. I was a little late today. What is the conversation?
You know, Mao Zedong said, no investigation, no right to speak. And I'm glad you're coming on as humble as you are. You understand? Being a real man, step up to the plate and say, shit, I want to be on here. I don't know what the subject is, but I'm making my presence known. You understand? That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So the subject today that we're dealing with is, what do black people think? So I ran down a few of the things that's out there in the news. You understand what I'm saying? That we're thinking about, but we don't have, well, I'm not saying we don't have, we have very few environments that we can come together to discuss these things. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the last conversation we was having was basically warriors in a garden, men getting together to train younger men, all right, how to move, how to navigate racism, white supremacy, why they should look through a different kind of lens when they're viewing themselves and then viewing Africa. Because a few minutes ago, FBA, Foundational Black Americans, was trashing Africans. And I'm like, wow, that's not good. So I've always maintained this, well, I think we're the same people. Our Caribbean brothers, that blood runs through their veins like it runs through mine. We the same people. We was on the same damn boat. We just got dropped off in different places to meet ourselves that were already here in America. So we the same people. We have the same struggle. The same dog that bit them bit us too.
100%.
So what do black people think about some of these things? And I was just opening up the phone line for everyone else to comment.
Well, I remember me and you, we had text back and forth, and I was talking to you about how would it be to get people into safety and self-defense training through the virtual reality. And you was like, I'm a little older than that. You know, I can't really do all of that because of my eyes and things like that. But then I had asked you, well, what about for the youth? Because, you know, it's real colorful in there. It's real fun. It's real safe. And it's very cost effective. And you was like, that'd be good for the kids to learn how to deal with firearms and stuff in that way. So me personally, I believe that that's something that people should be putting their minds to and thinking about. And
can I ask you something?
Go for it.
Do you think they're already getting that through video games, but in the wrong way?
That also goes to my point at my 32 years of age. Is I feel like growing up playing those kind of games has ushered me into wanting to be a marksman. And now that I'm a full-grown adult, I train via the VR. And I think it's a great way, a good gateway for kids and also adults to learn how to properly hold a weapon and also get them some bit of training. Because I remember you said you can do that, but you also need to be outside in the elements as well. So it can be maybe a starter pack for some people.
Right. You're absolutely right. So is there a way to make that happen in a virtual environment that we control? I want to be able to control that virtual environment. Is there a way to do that and get that done?
Indeed. You just need the equipment, which is not too expensive, maybe a couple $100. And you just need to have a good internet connection. And then we can all get on there together and train together from separate locations.
Okay, so I tell you what. You have my phone number?
Of course, yes. I got it programmed in there.
So can you text me? You and I will work that out, and then we'll get on a call a little bit later on. We'll work that out, and we'll make it available to the people. And let's make it happen. I'm open. I'm good.
Indeed. Okay, that's a bet. I will definitely shoot you a text here later on.
Okay, we'll talk, brother. We appreciate you.
Indeed, love y'all. Peace, everybody.
You the master Lee, not me. Sure, I'm just saying.
Hey, you know, I had to learn. I had to become a master. Hey, I became a master because I was a great student.
Give thanks, good brother.
Indeed. Have a blessing.
All right, peace. Master Lee showing up and showing out. Beautiful idea. You understand what I'm saying? When that brother called me later on, we're going to set that in motion, come together. Now, family, when we put it together, we're going to come to y'all and say, listen, this is the finances we need to make that happen because it's going to benefit not only us, but you. So when I say, listen, we're doing a fundraising for the idea that Master Lee came up with the virtual the training, yada, 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 yada. This is the money we're going to need. This is how many classes we're going to need, blah, 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 blah. We're going to set up the classes. We're going to pay Master Lee for his time, Professor Griff's time, and whatever other instructor we have. Is that cool with everyone? Give me a thumbs up, peace sign, black power fist, whatever. Is that cool with everyone? I want to get the heads up from everyone first before I move on. Is that all right with everyone? Master Lee came up with a beautiful idea, which we talked about before. He called back to make sure we're going to set it in motion, though. He's following up. He's circling back. He hit the reset button and said, look, this is what we need to be doing. They're already on the video games. They're already taking out hundreds of people, murdering people on video games every week. Why don't we control that environment? Jay said, for sure. Jesse said, okay. Need to know said yes. Michelle gave me the thumbs up. Mrs. Moore said yes, indeed. Janice Davis, yes, I'm getting their support. Now, if I have 40,000 followers on IG. All right, if I got another 5,000 on Facebook and another 20,000 on YouTube, when everybody's watching this, if everybody sent in $5, we can't make this happen? I'm talking about cooperative economics. We can't make this happen? No, don't send no money right now. Don't do that. We're going to set the thing up first. We're going to set the portal up so you know what you're donating towards. I'm not going to throw out no Cash App and throw out no PayPal link and you just start sending money. No. We're going to do it in an organized way so we'll know what the money is going for. So then when we take your money and we put it to some use like Ibrahim Traoré is doing for the Burkina Faso people, we'll say to you, listen, you sent the money. This is what we got. This is how the program works. Sign your son up. Sign your cousin up. Sign your little brother up, your nephew. Sign up your badass nephew, Tay, Man, Twan, Peanut, they in them. That's cooperative economics. That's how it should work. And then once they go through the program, me and Master Lee gonna give them a little certificate to say they went through the program. So they can be responsible gun owners when they grow up. Responsible firearm safety training. All right? Responsible, being held accountable. I don't care if they carry a pocket knife or a goddamn slingshot. I don't care if they shoot a goddamn spitball at somebody. They need to be held accountable. All right? Then we're in a position to hold well-trained police officers accountable and responsible because we'll know the law. We'll know how to move. So then we can police our family, our homes, and our community. Thank you. Thank you, Master Lee, for coming on. I got a few more minutes, fam. Well, I only got a few minutes for Instagram cut me off and killed the program. So if y'all got any questions on Instagram, let me know. All right. Thank you very much, Goddess Teresa. See, it seems like the women and a few brothers know what I'm talking about. See, what they're trying to do, fam, is they trying to quiet this revolutionary spirit down of us affecting the people. And this is what they're trying to do with Ibrahim Traoré. They don't want other African presidents and leaders to have his mindset. But Mali gets it. Niger gets it. Other places on the African continent get it. Morocco get it. Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, Benin don't get it. Not so much. Collective cooperative economics. Thank you, Jesse. Ujama, cooperative economics. Ujima, you might say. All right? Fam, let me tell y'all something, because I'm about to get cut off on Instagram. It's not a case of if, but when this is going to go down. It's going to go down faster than you think. This man has only been in office 100 days, and look at what's happening. They're setting you up for the KILL. Trust me, they are. Where you have no rights at all to defend yourself on that level. I know, Jesse. I know. They are trying to use the Ivory Coast, Benin, and other places as a safe haven for terrorists to make their move. All right? Yeah, we could talk about Deion Sanders' son, but that's domestic, which is cool. We got that. But we need to talk about the global thing. We need to set up something where Deion Sanders' son don't have to end up like Mr. Hinton, Rodney Hinton's son, or the twins in Georgia. Johnny Combs, he says, can I get a shout out for the C4 UK crew, please? Of course, man. I don't know what the C4 UK crew is, but I know what C4 is. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to put nothing out that I can't back up. But, of course, Johnny, you got the shout out, good bro. Hope it's not the C4 that I'm thinking about, but, you know. You're right. Somebody said we got to fight the powers that be. It seemed like London, UK, Birmingham, Brixton, all them surrounding areas. I want to say Manchester and other places. They seem like they locked in and they ready. Their mindset is dead. You understand what I'm saying? Now we're going to get some pushback. One last thing before I get off of here, fam. Can somebody that's an FBA contact me on here? I want to just put out a plea to the FBA people, Foundational Black Americans. Stop pushing back so hard on our brothers and sisters from Africa. Some of them are just as brainwashed as some of these Negroes here. No, we need to unite with our people in the islands and in Africa, worldwide, and in Brazil, and wherever we are. All right? We need that. It's mandatory that that happens. All right? Yes, greetings. Oh, you got it? All right. All right. Anyway. Somebody was at my door. Any more questions, fam, before I get off here? Anyway, this is your brother, Professor Griff. All right? I don't wear a whole bunch of titles that my tiny little size 8 shoe can't fit in. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even want to do that. Hold on 1 second, fam. The reason why I decided to start opening up the phone lines because I want to be able to hear from the people. None of us in these organizations, what are we without the people? It's power, all power to all of the people. And it's the people that's backing up Ibrahim Traoré. Some of these attempted coups and some of these assassination attempts to unalive him, the people tipped him off. All right? All power, all of the people, fam. This Professor Griff right here from Black Power Media Reloaded. The name of this show is Arm the Masses, and we are truly arming the masses with the information. All right? I love y'all to life. Shout out to Kalanji. Shout out to my man Trent. Shout out to all of those individuals that's stepping up and stepping up to the plate as real men, real revolutionary, real leaders, real healers in the community. All right, shout out to my man Master Lee. Looking forward to that call a little bit later on. Let's talk. All right, this is Professor Griff. I'm out, fam. Peace.